What if walking more isn't the answer after 70 and could even be holding you back? For decades, we've all heard the same advice: just walk more to stay healthy. And for a while, that might have worked. But now, a growing number of doctors and aging specialists are encouraging older adults to take a closer look. They're saying something surprising: walk less and start focusing on what truly protects your body and mind after 70. Now, let's be clear, walking isn't bad. In fact, it's still a healthy habit. But once you reach your 70s, your body starts to need something different, something deeper. If long walks are still your main form of exercise, you could be missing the 5 key practices that actually determine how long you stay strong, steady, and mentally sharp. In this video, we're going to explore those 5 essential areas, strategies backed by real science in aging, brain health, balance, and lifelong mobility. Stay with us until the end, because shifting your focus in these areas could dramatically improve your quality of life, reduce your risk of injury, and help you remain independent for years to come. Let's begin. Number 1. Leg strength through resistance training. One of the biggest myths about growing older is that walking is all you need to keep your legs strong. While walking is great for your heart and endurance, it's not enough to stop the natural muscle loss that accelerates after age 70. Your legs don't just need movement, they need resistance. That means pushing against something. Without that resistance, even if you're walking every day, the muscles that keep you upright, stable, and safe can start to fade. Let's look at George. He's 76 and was proud of his daily 3-mile walks. He thought he was doing everything right, but gradually he found it harder to get up from a chair, felt shaky on stairs, and eventually fell while bending down to grab a book. When he saw his doctor, he learned something important. Walking didn't activate all the major leg muscles he needed for true stability. To keep your legs strong, your muscles need targeted activation. That means simple strength-building exercises like body weight squats, seated leg lifts, using resistance bands, or doing standing heel raises. You don't need a gym and you don't need heavy weights. Just a few minutes 2 or 3 times a week can make a powerful difference. And here's the key: consistency matters. Strengthening both the front and back of your legs helps prevent the type of imbalance that leads to falls. Because when your legs stay strong, you stay strong. You rise from your chair with ease. You climb stairs without hesitation. You walk with confidence. And most importantly, you reduce your risk of the kinds of injuries that can limit your independence. So if you've been relying on walking alone, it's time to give your legs the extra support they need. They've carried you through a lifetime, and now they deserve the care to keep going strong. Number 2, balance and coordination. Exercises. After 70, one of the most quietly dangerous things to lose is your balance. Most people assume that if they're walking every day, their balance must be fine. But balance isn't just about walking in a straight line. It's about reacting when life throws something unexpected. Around in familiar places. But life is unpredictable. A child drops a toy near your feet. You miss a step on the stairs. You turn too quickly to answer the door. That's where real balance comes in. And if you haven't been training for it, you may be more at risk than you realize. Take Helen, 80. She walked around her neighborhood every day without a problem. But one day, her granddaughter dropped a ball in the kitchen. Helen reached for it, lost her footing, and fell. She wasn't weak or clumsy. She just hadn't practiced the kinds of movements that help you recover when things shift suddenly. Balance training doesn't have to be complicated. You can try standing on one foot while brushing your teeth, walk heel to toe along a hallway, practice gentle Tai Chi, or do slow marching in place. These movements work the small stabilizing muscles in your hips and ankles, and they also train your brain to respond faster to unexpected shifts. Remember, falls are the #1 cause of serious injuries for people over 70. They don't always happen because of weakness. Sometimes all it takes is 1 second of lost coordination. So ask yourself, when was the last time you really tested your balance? These aren't silly drills, they're essential life skills. And the more you practice now, the more likely you are to avoid a fall that could take months or years to fully recover from. Studies now show that consistent, meaningful mental activity doesn't just support memory, it boosts mood, helps prevent depression, and increases your sense of purpose. Unlike passive habits, like watching TV or doing repetitive chores, mental challenges demand your attention, and that attention builds strength. So if your daily life looks the same every day, it's time to shake things up. Join a discussion group, try puzzles, play word games, or learn something completely new, something just outside your comfort zone. A healthy mind isn't built by routine, it's built by curiosity, effort, and the willingness to keep exploring. If you're still here and finding this helpful, drop a number 4 in the comments to let me know. And if you haven't subscribed yet, tap that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future content. Your support helps us continue bringing life-changing knowledge directly to you and your loved ones. Let's move on to something surprisingly powerful: supporting your heart and energy through posture and breathing. At first, these might seem like background details, things that don't really matter. But for adults over 70, how you breathe and how you hold your body can directly impact your heart health, brain function, and daily energy. You might walk every day and still feel fatigued, lightheaded, or short of breath. And the issue might not be your fitness, it could be your breathing. Many older adults unknowingly shift into shallow, chest-based breathing as they age, especially if their posture begins to slump. Shoulders roll forward, the chest collapses, and breathing becomes rapid and inefficient. That limits oxygen intake, raises heart rate, and puts extra strain on the cardiovascular system. Consider Leonard, 78. He assumed his breathlessness was just part of aging. He wasn't overweight, didn't smoke, and kept a daily walking routine. But after a minor surgery, a physical therapist noticed something else. His posture was slouched, and his breathing was short and shallow. By simply retraining his breath, using deep belly breathing, and correcting his posture, Leonard's energy levels returned. Within weeks, he was more alert, more active, and less winded. This is the power of diaphragmatic breathing, where you breathe deeply into your abdomen, not just your chest. It activates your parasympathetic nervous system, bringing a sense of calm while improving oxygen flow, reducing blood pressure, and easing strain on the heart. Pair that with a posture tune-up, shoulders back, chin level, spine tall, and you create the perfect internal environment for heart health, lung efficiency, and even better digestion. The best part? You can start today, right now. Take a deep breath through your nose, let your belly rise, then slowly release it through your mouth. Do this for 2 minutes every morning and notice the shift. These small changes, breathing with intention, standing tall with confidence, are silent allies in your health journey. They don't require a gym, a membership, or a schedule, just awareness. He was doing everything the doctor had recommended, or so he thought. Long daily walks, trying to stay active and mobile, keeping his joints moving, but his knees ached more with every step. So when he finally mentioned it during a routine checkup, the doctor said something unexpected. The problem wasn't his activity, it was how he was doing it. Taking long walks on hard concrete, especially with joints that are already stiff or aging, applies slow but constant pressure to cartilage that's naturally thinning with age. Over time, this quiet pressure can lead to pain, inflammation, or even further joint breakdown. That's why low-impact movement becomes essential after 70. Gentle exercises like stretching, swimming, water aerobics, or even cycling on a recumbent bike can work wonders. They support mobility without punishing your joints. And sometimes, the smallest movements bring the greatest relief. Hip circles, seated mobility routines, or gentle floor stretches can release tension and restore flexibility without the wear and tear of pounding pavement. The goal isn't to stop moving, it's to move intelligently in a way that respects your aging body. That doesn't mean you need to quit walking, but it does mean walking shouldn't be the only form of exercise in your routine. And if you're doing it without warming up your joints or using supportive shoes, you might be doing more harm than good. Take the time to warm up before every activity. Invest in cushioned shoes with arch support and avoid hills or uneven paths if they cause discomfort. Most importantly, listen to your body. Don't push through pain. Pain is your body's way of asking you to pay attention. Many seniors believe that walking is always healthy, no matter what. But if your knees, hips, or ankles are begging for a break, that's a sign you may need to evolve your approach. Remember, longevity isn't just about endurance, it's about preservation. You only get one pair of knees, one set of hips, one spine. Treat them like the irreplaceable parts they are. Choosing gentler, smarter movement now means you're more likely to walk with comfort and confidence into your 80s and 90s. Walking less doesn't mean giving up. It means growing wiser, and your joints will thank you for every mindful step. Now let's shift to something many overlook: mental movement. While we often focus on physical health after 70, what's frequently forgotten is that your brain needs just as much attention as your body. Think of it this way: your brain is a muscle. If you don't challenge it, it weakens. Walking might keep your heart pumping, but it doesn't stimulate your mind the way intentional mental activity does. And for those hoping to stay sharp, alert, and independent into later life, neglecting brain engagement is a huge mistake. Take Barbara, 79. She had a routine: daily walks, reading the newspaper, keeping up with chores. But something didn't feel right. She started forgetting names. Conversations felt like they slipped away. Her to-do list often vanished from memory. Her doctor asked her a simple question: when was the last time you learned something new? And that question changed everything. Barbara realized that although she was active, she wasn't mentally engaged. Her brain had settled into autopilot. But the human brain craves novelty, challenge, and creativity to stay vibrant. Simple activities like trying a new card game, writing a letter by hand, learning a few foreign phrases, or even cooking a new recipe can light up dormant parts of the brain. The key isn't doing it perfectly, it's doing it with effort and attention. These activities build cognitive reserves. They stretch memory, stimulate logic, spark creativity, and improve focus, all of which help delay or even prevent cognitive decline. In fact, studies show that regular mental engagement can also boost mood, increase energy, and reduce risk of depression, something that often goes unnoticed in older adults. So if your days look the same chores, same shows, same headlines, it's time to shake things up. Pick up a puzzle, memorize a short poem, join a discussion group. Challenge yourself with something just a little outside your comfort zone, because a healthy brain isn't built by routine, it's built by curiosity. And the more you feed that curiosity, the more your brain will reward you with clarity, confidence, and meaningful connection. If you're still here and this message is resonating with you, drop a comment below with number 4 so we know you're with us. And now, let's talk about something surprisingly powerful: posture and breathing. At first, it might sound too basic. Could simply sitting or standing a certain way really affect your heart, lungs, and energy? Yes, especially after 70. Many people walk every day and still find themselves winded, lightheaded, or unusually tired. And it's not always your muscles causing that fatigue. Often, it's your breathing patterns and posture. Over the years, we naturally fall into habits: shallow chest breathing, rounded shoulders, slouched backs. These habits restrict oxygen intake and make your heart work harder than it should. Take Leonard, 78. He walked daily and wasn't overweight or ill, but he often felt out of breath. During physical therapy after surgery, his therapist noticed something. Leonard's chest was collapsed, his shoulders rounded, and he breathed in short, shallow bursts. Once he started doing posture alignment and diaphragmatic breathing, everything changed. His energy returned in just a few weeks. Deep belly breathing, known as diaphragmatic breathing, activates your parasympathetic nervous system. It calms you, improves oxygen flow, lowers blood pressure, and supports your heart. And when you combine it with upright posture, shoulders back, chin level, spine tall, you're creating the best internal environment for your lungs, brain, and heart. It's not about looking a certain way. It's about creating space inside your chest so your organs can function without being compressed. The best part? You can do this anytime, anywhere, sitting, standing, lying down, or even while walking. Practice 5 minutes of deep breathing in the morning. Do posture checks throughout the day. Gently stretch your upper back and open up your chest before bed. These aren't flashy exercises, but they are the foundation of long-term vitality. So the next time you feel tired or short of breath, even after walking, don't just blame age. Pay attention to how you're breathing, how you're sitting, how you're standing, because sometimes the biggest improvements come not from how far you move, but from how deeply you breathe while standing still. And now, a final thought. You've just learned about 5 powerful shifts. Each one matters deeply, and each one invites you to look at health differently after 70. Walking is still good, but now your health is about more than just steps. It's about strength, balance, brain engagement, joint care, and breath. Because you're not the same at 70 as you were at 50, and that's a beautiful thing. Your body now deserves a new kind of attention. One that listens more, adjusts more, and respects the quiet signals of age and wisdom. So if your knees hurt, your energy drops, or your balance feels off, it's not in your head. Your body is whispering, I need something more. Start with one small change, one gentle stretch, one deep breath, one new idea, and tomorrow, your body will remember. It always does. Thank you for being here. Let us know in the comments what insight you're taking with you today. What's one thing you're going to try differently? And if you found value in this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support keeps us going and helps us bring you more thoughtful, empowering content right here on Elder Health Essentials. We'll see you next time.